There was a lot of hype about this, wasn't it? I mean, look, bro, like we watched them, we've been discussing behind doors, and like performances are great. Of course, Charlemagne and whatnot is an amazing performer. You can't deny that. So let's put that aside. But the story itself, like, it was just about a bastard, man. A guy, a not good, a guy who's not good. I mean, look, you could take inspiration from the fact that he was motivated to
Mm,
achieve his goal, be the best
yeah.
ping pong player, be the face of ping pong, and all that sort of stuff globally. Okay, but man, to shit all over your loved ones and to put diminish them and put them in danger all to get your achievements, I don't, that's not inspiring. He wasn't really an inspiring guy. I'm not gonna lie. But at the end of the movie, I wanted the Japanese guy to win. And when he had the baby, I didn't really have any emphasis for him. Like I wasn't
Yeah,
happy for him at all. Not like, you know what I mean? I wasn't happy for him at the end. I wanted the Japanese guy to win the ping pong match. So it was definitely a different kind of story. And you know, and also I
I
feel
don't
like it's
because
so
I
negative.
yeah, it's negative. That's what I
Yeah,
felt.
yeah, it's negative. Like the whole thing I felt like was negative. The women that he was with, they were all cheating on their partners. You know what I mean? Everything that he did, even to his own mother, he never respected his own mother. Like, of course there might be background or whatnot, but it's just the story that was told to me was just a very negative dude. And I'm like, I don't think you deserve it, man. You're just not a good guy. Like you being the face of ping pong for America, like you're not an inspiring guy. Like I mean, look, I'm sorry, but like you know, you got real athletes these days who are, you know, real champions and whatnot, very inspiring and whatnot.
Mm.
You'd want them to be inspiring to the next generation. You know what I mean? But this individual wasn't, and his story wasn't.
I think that's what I was trying to wonder what this movie was, what point it was trying to put across. Like, what was this movie like? Don't get me wrong. I think it was so. It's one of the Safdie brothers. Uh, oh, I can't remember his name now. Joe? Is it Joe?
You
Josh?
try and Google it.
Yeah, I think it's Josh. I think it's Josh. Anyway, I just didn't understand what he was trying to get across. Like, everybody kept on saying, if you enjoyed Uncut Gems, you're gonna enjoy this. But then you see something like what I think what the Safdie brothers have done is put out two stories about these two people. This one's a bit more crazy and
Josh.
fictional. Like, yeah, Josh. It was Josh. Yeah, and I know it was Ben that did the Smashing Machine. Now, the Smashing Machine did have that overall arc story that it's not always about winning. Yeah, that there's more darker demons inside of us that uh, take the joy away. Where this one was like it was really like it was a messy movie, bro. Like it didn't have a premises of, you just straight away hated this guy, if that makes sense. Like the
Mm.
way he carried himself, his attitude, the way he was, like I felt like it was trying to prove a fact that if you're going to get anywhere in this world, that you're going to have to be a dick to everybody, or you have to be some sort of I don't know, man. It's not even about dreaming big about that character. Like, I found everything that he did was like, I watched it twice. So I did see it in cinema and I did watch it again at home. And I'm like, I don't know. There's something about it that just didn't click with me. I didn't understand why everybody had this hype. The marketing was great. The marketing was great on this movie, but the film isn't all that, bro. I don't think Josh put like there's got to be. Sometimes you like villains, right? We like
Mm.
villains. Thanos, we like villains. You know what I mean? Like
Right, 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 right. You
there's
feel for
villains
him.
that you like. You feel for them. You understand like the Joker. We don't know much about the mystery behind it, but like he didn't make me feel for this character, even when he had a child. And in that moment
Right.
where he's crying, that's like saying, "Okay, I'm done with this shit. Like I got to be a father now. Like something's changed." But I didn't feel that.
Mm.
I didn't feel that.
That's what I'm
With
saying.
the great
It was like right
cinematography.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like right at the end you give that one moment. And I just don't think like throughout the movie there was no build up to be like possibly like him and love him by the end of the movie. It was just like just a dick throughout the whole movie. And that one scene you're like, I don't know if I
not
like
re-
you
somebody
still
said
or
it
I'm
was
happy for you.
somebody said it was redemption, but you could have kids and still be a fuck up. You know what I mean?
Right, right. And
Yeah.
you know, you clearly saw that he was willing to disrespect his mother, any partners, whatever, friends, whoever it is. How do you not know he might not do that to his kid, like to get what he wants? I mean,
Yeah.
technically, really, he didn't give a shit until the baby came out. I mean, she was like 8 months pregnant and he's taking her on these missions on trying to get a dog back and all that sort of stuff. So I'm like, he really didn't care about her life or the baby before the baby was born. Now,
Oh.
listen, man, like, yes, maybe a father can change people, but we didn't get that story. And that one moment at the end, maybe you can take away that and say, all right, that's going to be the story carrying on. But from the story you gave me and the character you gave me, I'm not convinced. I feel like he's still going to be a dick, like, in my opinion. But
Yeah, it just
yeah,
didn't.
now,
It
maybe.
didn't hit. Yeah.
I don't know what they were trying to achieve though. The thing is, I haven't looked into what the director was trying to, what Josh was trying to achieve with this story, or what they were trying to achieve with it. Was it like, yeah, we want to show that he's a dick, or was it like we want to show it, but then at the end show redemption? And if that's the case, I'm like, I just don't. I
Mm,
feel like throughout the movie there was nothing that emotionally grabbed me where he was kind of kind to someone, who kind of looked after something. Everything was a scam. Everything was a
mm.
scandal for him to get the next step up or to get somewhere for him, not for anyone else.
Yeah, you know that part where he got kicked out of his friend's place. The dad was going crazy, and he
Mm.
had the pregnant girl, and they go outside, and then he kind of just left her there. He said, "Just go do your own thing,"
Mm.
because of what was going on in that moment. I was like, "Oh man, you just made me hate you even more, bro." Like, I am not feeling this character arc. I'm not feeling it. Like you, there's got to be a sense of a sense of connection because you see that a bit of yourself in that person. Same thing like you see Thanos. Like I shouldn't compare it to that sort of villainry, but he was a villain, bro. That was some villain shit, bro,
Mm.
man. Mugging people, ripping off them for money, all the rest of it. I just felt like, oh man, you're a villain, bro. You're a villain. There was
Mm.
no results that came out of it. It was like, what do I do for the next scheme to get to this next place? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It just wasn't a movie. Even I tried to watch it a second time to try and enjoy it and try and listen, see what, because people said it was the best film of last year.
Mm. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, okay, if people are
Our
saying this.
opinion, I guess. Our
No, that's true.
opinion.
That's true. Is that because of we getting older and with the 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 simpleness of a story? Because like Uncut Gems was edited very well, like very
And intense,
and
yeah.
intense. Like I couldn't watch it again because it made me stress out. There's another film that the both brothers did with Robert Pattinson called Good Times, where he's robbing a bank because his brother's disabled. Blah blah blah. It is very stressful, bro. Like the movie is insane. Like if you get the chance, watch that. That's a great film by the Safdie
Good
brothers.
times. I'll put on the
Uh,
list, yeah.
and Robert Pattinson is brilliant in that movie, bro. Uh, it's actually one. I've got to say, it's a good film. That's a good film. We need to once you do that, let's talk about that one. Uh,
All right.
but yeah, just this didn't have like there was something weird. It's strange because they both done separate projects, yeah, and I don't blame them. But both of the movies didn't, for me personally, bro. Both of the movies didn't make me feel anything.
Yeah, and
They
you're talking about both of the movies. You're talking about the
Smash
Smashing
Machine as
Machine
well.
as well.
Yeah.
See, I related to that one a bit more because of MMA fighters and
Mm,
Mark Kerr. He was such a nice guy. He was very inspiring. That's what I'm saying. There was some
mm.
relatable parts for him. The demons that he was fighting, all that sort of stuff. So, in regards to his character, it was just like done really well. I don't know if Marty Supreme is based on a real character. Is it,
It
or is it
is.
made up?
It's based on a character, but a lot of it's dramatized.
All right. Well, if it's real guy, then he must be a dick. Or he must be upset. I don't know if he's alive or whatnot, but he must be upset. Like you make a movie about me, and you make me a total dick in the movie. No good parts except having a baby and then crying. I mean, I don't know, man. I
Yeah, I
listen
even
again. Everyone has their own opinions. This is what I'm trying to say. Like loads of people love it does not mean that we have to, and vice versa. We love so much shit does not mean other people have to like it. So, this is the beauty about opinions and movie loving and all that sort of stuff, and movies and shows because it's so vast. Like it's so vast to so many different people. You're gonna like some, you're gonna hate some, and that's how it's supposed to be. That's why I'm not a big fan of award shows, and I don't follow the awards. I know we're gonna get into some
mm,
award controversy later, but I'm not a big fan of award shows. I don't watch them. I don't look forward to them. I don't care about the results because
yeah, yeah,
if a movie wins best Oscar movie winning or whatever, does not mean I'm gonna like it, and vice versa. If it doesn't win, doesn't mean I'm not gonna hate it. Like
yeah,
if it wins, oh, like cool, maybe I'll watch it, check it out. But there's so many movies that won Oscars, and I'm like, I'm not watching that. That looks boring to me, not for me. You know what I mean? So I'm not a fan. And plus, art and creativity, like I feel like it's subject to the individual, man. Like putting an award to it, saying, "Oh, your work's shit, but that person's work's good." Like, no, like it's subject to individuals, man. That's what's the beauty about art and creativity. It relates to the different billions of human beings and their emotion and their individuality, rather than one award show saying, "Oh, they got an Oscar, that means that's the best." Like, no, I think that's bullshit. So I'm not a big fan of awards and stuff like that. Any one of them. I just think they're all BS, and it's just it's just a ceremony for
Mm.
bullshit, in my opinion. In my opinion. Because
No,
everyone,
no, no, no.
you can,
No, of course, of course, of course. It's competition, isn't it? It becomes a competition, and it shouldn't be. Art, as you said, is subjective and it's depending on the audience, right? It's about the audience. Now, but that's a societal. We can get into the societal overall governing system of all that shit because there's always something to cry about, right? And this is what they do, and this is what's happening in the world right now. It's like separation, divide. I mean, we're gonna talk about it. It's like what happened at the BAFTAs, like all of these things, bro. There's a systematical issue with having something like
mm,
that because it puts you in a like a mental grind, bro. Because like, ah, man, I need to get this, and I mean, you clearly saw you clearly can see what actors are striving for. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, Timothée Chalamet, whatever his name is, he says it himself. Like, every award he's won, he's like, I'm doing it for greatness. I
right.
want to be able to do it for greatness, not because he's a fan of the art. That's strange. Maybe when he gets older, that maybe change. And don't get me wrong, I think he's a great performer. This movie wasn't great. I think Wonka was a much better movie. I think June is a better movie.
Mm,
Those are performances that maybe, yeah, I could say, yeah, he deserves an Oscar. And you know what? To be honest, the character, him as an actor grew on me. But now his arrogance, and you can be arrogant, bro. You have musicians that are arrogant. It's cool. Some of it, sometimes it's cool, but sometimes it's like we're coming to a point now where I feel like with that sort of stuff now, it's like there's no humbleness to it. There's not a humbling feeling about it. Like when you when
mm,
you when you see somebody like Michael B. Jordan accepting a speech or doing something, you there's this humility and humblingness to him, where he's just straight up, bro. I just want to be great. I want to be the greatest of
yeah.
all time. I'm a goat. You know what I mean?
I
Like
didn't
Jet,
hear I
Jet.
didn't hear that interview.
Yeah, there's
Was
there's
that an
there's
interview? I
one.
didn't hear it.
It was I know it was an award show. I can't remember what award it was. He
Oh,
won
okay.
best actor or something like that. But anyway, that's Marty Supreme. Check it out. It is. I would say it's still a good watch, but it's not
I
a movie
watched
for
it
me.
from I watched it from beginning to end. It's not like it made me switch off. Like I was still
Exactly. Yeah.
interested, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's still definitely watchable. But I just didn't feel the cat. By the end of the movie, I was like, cool. If you were trying to tell me that this guy's a dick, I got that message. If you're trying to say that he wasn't, then I didn't get that message. I got the message at the end a little bit about the redemption, but it just wasn't enough for me to care for him. So
Yeah. That's
I'm
what
not
it is.
yeah.
It's like you didn't care for the character, and I think that's the most important part because I cared for the characters that he hurt. Does that make sense?
Yeah, his friend, yes, his friend whose
Yeah.
car he busted up, the taxi driver. I even cared for the mob guy who lost his dog. You know what I mean? Like there was, he broke his arm and whatnot. I cared for him. I didn't care about the women. They were cheating on their mans and whatnot, so I didn't really care about them. I cared for the Japanese dude. I wanted him to win. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're right. I cared more about the others than him.
Yeah. That's a strange plot, man. Even with like what they did with like Uncut Gems is that I actually felt for Adam Sandler's character. I was like, oh man, give this guy a
Right.
fucking break, man. This guy's losing left, right, and center. If it's not his relationship, is his shop, it's all the rest of the stuff that I have to watch that again. That's a good film. I have to watch
Great
that.
movie.
But Good
Yeah,
Times,
you're
check that
right.
out. Good Times, check that out. That's a great one by the Safdie brothers. But sorry, man, Josh, this movie just didn't hit the. Maybe it didn't hit me and G Man the way it was meant to, but it. I saw this hype and I saw all these youngsters getting hyped about it, and not youngsters, but just fellow critics and fellow people that really enjoyed the movie, but they didn't really give me that reason of why they liked it. They just said it was amazing. It was the best movie in the world. Now you could be a fanboy and just say everything's amazing. If you go back to some of our previous stuff, yes, we were fanboys. We loved everything that came out. There was not one bad thing that we said. There was constructive feedback sometimes, but it wasn't, hey man, it's 10 out of 10, blah, blah, blah. I understand that. Shit, that's 10 years ago. We old now. we're starting to see like our time is our value right now. For me personally, time is value. I
Yeah.
don't even get the chance to watch a movie unless I can't sleep. Then I'll slap something on. You know what I mean? That's how bad it is. I'm starting a movie at 2 o'clock in the morning. So time is valuable, and how you spend it. You do want to see something good, but there is sometimes you're going to see some badness. But anyway,
Yeah,
that's
I agree. I'm
that's
just watching,
yeah.
just quick one. I got Disney Plus and I started watching this Lego Marvel thing. And it's honestly so entertaining. It makes me laugh because it's so creative with it. And there was just this guy saying, I love living in New York. And he goes, not everywhere in the world you can get a CrossFit class from Frank Castle. And obviously I'm a Punisher fan. So stuff like that really, you know what I mean? That's really
Yeah.
valuable for me to just watch because it makes me happy. But yeah, no, I get it, man. Time is so valuable when you watch something that you're like, then you feel like you wasted your time because it's the only
And some of these
commodity
movies
you
are like
never
3 hours,
get back.
4 hours long now, man. It's like
No,
that was
yeah.
2.5 hours, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. There was a moment I paused it. I was like, excuse me, how long is left? Because I wanted the movie to end, and I can't remember. It was just after he almost got caught. He was doing some dirtiness in the park with Gwyneth Paltrow's character,
Mm,
get
mm,
caught, and I was like, by then I was like, you know what? I just want to switch this thing off. But I was like, all right,
mm.
I'll invest and watch it. But then I like the other day I was like, oh, I'm gonna do was it a battle after another or something like that? 3 hours. Good night. Forget it. I left it. I can't even. My thing is, if I can't watch a movie all the way through, it's not even worth me watching it.
Thanks for watching, and make sure you follow us on all our socials. You got X, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads, and do subscribe to the YouTube channel for more of the long form content and the breaking news. Also, guys, if you guys are on the commute, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Spotify. And there's some more videos for you guys to watch.